bottles that I am using are from Dollar Tree. It's 6 for $1.25. I use them to fill in any gaps and also make it look like the disco balls are bubbling out of the cauldron. Finally, I got some fairy lights and I wrapped them around the disco ball because the one from Christian Siriano has the disco light. So this is probably my favorite DIY in this video, even though it's not all Dollar Tree. Now, it's hard for me to give you a price on how much this cost me because I did have all of the disco balls already that I've collected from multiple stores. The Christian Siriano cauldron is $50. I imagine that you could make the cauldron for less, say for more. It just depends on where you get your disco balls. I find them to be the cheapest at Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree, or you can get Garland disco ball things at Michael's and it's really cheap. It is not a Bargain Bethany Halloween video without me doing some potion bottles that are more like apothecary style. So I got a glass jar from Dollar Tree that I filled up with some moss and then put some fake butterflies inside of. I put the lid back on and I grabbed some brown paint to go over the lid to make it look more rusty. And the label I put on the front of this one is part of the pack that I got from Amazon. These are my favorite type of potion bottles to make. I think they're just so much more interesting to look at versus the ones that are just like orange and green and purple. I also did one that was filled with mushrooms. The mushrooms are from Dollar Tree. It's a part of their fairy garden collection. So I put those inside of a mason jar. I will say though, it's a little tricky getting 3 of them to stand up straight. I put some brown moss inside of there. Again, the label I'm using is from Amazon, and I painted over the lid to make it look rusty. Finally, this potion bottle I filled up with some water. Then I grabbed a brown paint, pour a little bit of it inside of the water, and start to mix it around because I want the water to look dirty. It ended up getting a little too dark, so I poured some out, put some more water inside of there to dilute it a little bit. Now I got a fake snake from Amazon. I'll link it down below for you guys. I'm going to place it inside of my water. And then I put some brown moss inside of there to just make it look like some very dirty water. Now for this jar, I actually grabbed some gold metallic paint and I just stippled it on the front of the jar. I thought this made it really pop out. And again, I think the top of the lid looked rusty. I think it looks so much better when you add some brown paint to the lids versus just keeping it that nice silver color or gold color. Like I told you guys earlier, these potion bottles or medicine bottles are so much cooler to look at to me versus the ones where you're just pouring water inside of it and adding some food coloring. Not the one that I shared with you guys that had the mica powders. Those are cool. But the more basic ones, they're just boring to look at versus something like this that's so much more interesting. I do have one more potion bottle to share with you guys. This one is the same in the sense that you're going to add some